Welcome to week 2 in our journaling course. I'm Paul Clark, your host. How did you go last time writing a letter to God? Did you find it strange? Strangely cathartic? Last week I said that Christianity wasn't all about rules, rituals, but relationship. Having a relationship with the God of the universe. To have a relationship with someone, you need to talk. Communicate. I shared that during my growing up, having a relationship with God, being able to talk with God, was very, very powerful. I want to give you that gift. I'm teaching you to journal. Journaling, praying, is very powerful. In psychology, they say, if you speak something out, you are less likely to act it out. If you're angry and you rant, I'm going to kill them, saying that actually reduces your chance of doing something crazy. I know as teachers, we would come into the staff room and say, I just want to strangle that kid. And once we let it out, we were able to move on and go, okay, how can I focus on that child? Talking it out, prayer makes a difference. It's cathartic, it's healing. Scientific studies show this. It helps us focus our thoughts. It helps us put the pieces of our lives together. And that's even if you don't believe in God. Today, I want to take you even further. What if God spoke back? When I was about 19, I was dating this really hot, really wonderful girl. Her name was Becky, my wife. Now, Becky lived on a farm, so how often do you think she used to come into town? I worked as a youth worker for my church. I was really busy. 2 things I used to do were run youth group and help at church on Sunday mornings. And the 2 main times I got to see Becky was at youth group and at church on Sunday morning. That was really frustrating because I wanted to hang out with her, but I couldn't because I was working. I remember praying about this one day. I was saying, God, this is really frustrating. I want to spend time with Becky, but I can't because I'm always busy working. And suddenly, I had this feeling. It wasn't a voice, just a thought in my head. Gee, Paul, I feel the same way about you. I want to spend time with you, but you're always working. Boom. Cut me to the heart. Powerful. I was working hard for God, but God was saying, that's okay, but I want to spend time with you. God has spoken to me many times since, not always as clearly, but usually just as powerfully. If we could hear from God, the real God, that could be a very, very powerful, helpful, important thing in our lives. I want us to give it a try. I want us to listen to God. What I want you to do is start the same as we did last time. Start by writing a letter to God. Dear God, this is how life is. But then when you've run out of words, stop and listen. And start writing down what you think God might want to say to you. You might find that hard. Sometimes it's just about starting to write, Dear Paul, and see what flows. At this stage, I'm going to say there's no right or wrong with what God says, but obviously there is. What if God told you to steal my car? Today, try this exercise. See what happens, but promise me, don't act on anything. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to look at how do we know when we're hearing from God and just, not going crazy. But for this week, just write your letter to God and write God's reply. Go for it. Don't forget to do the reflection survey, and I'll see you next time.